The fundamental economic problem is one of scarcity. Economics is concerned with the optimal distribution of scarce resources within society. There are two main branches of economics, microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics is the study of particular markets and segments of the economy. It looks at issues including consumer behavior, individual labor markets, demand and supply in individual markets, and so on. Macroeconomics is the study of the whole economy. It looks at aggregate variables, such as aggregate demand, national output and inflation. It also involves international trade, globalization, government borrowing and lending activities. The main differences between micro and macroeconomics are: 1. Small segment of economy versus whole aggregate economy. 2. Microeconomics works on principle that markets soon create equilibrium. In macroeconomics, the economy may be in a state of disequilibrium for a longer period. Disequilibrium refers to economic booms or recession. 3. There is little debate about the basic principles of microeconomics. Macroeconomics is more contentious. There are different schools of macroeconomics offering different explanations. 4. Macroeconomics places greater emphasis on empirical data and trying to explain it. Microeconomics tends to work from theory first. Positive economics and normative economics. Economists often distinguish between positive economics and normative economics. Positive economics is concerned with facts. It tells us what was, what is or what will be. Disagreement over positive economics can be settled by an appeal to facts. In other words, positive economics is verifiable. Normative economics is concerned with value judgments. It tells us what should be. Disagreement over normative economics cannot be settled by an appeal to facts. In other words, normative economics is not verifiable. In economics, factors of production are what is used in the production process to produce the finished goods and services. The utilized amounts of the various inputs determine the quantity of output according to a relationship is called the production function. There are 4 basic resources or factors of production. These are land, labor, capital and enterprise. Factors of production. Resources are limited, but human wants are unlimited. This creates scarcity, and scarcity necessitates choice. The economy must choose what goods and services to produce. There are trade-offs on every such decision. When a choice is made, an opportunity cost is incurred. The opportunity cost of a course of action is the benefit foregone by not choosing its next best alternative. In other words, when society chooses what goods and services to produce, it is also choosing what goods and services not to produce. The production possibility curve. The production possibility curve, or PPC, shows all the possible combinations of two goods that can be produced in the economy, when resources are fully and efficiently employed, given the state of technology, assuming the economy can only produce the two goods, X and Y. The PPC reflects scarcity, trade-off, opportunity cost and efficiency. All points on the right-hand side of the curve are unattainable. This reflects the concept of scarcity. Moving along the PPC, the economy needs to give up some units of X, in order to produce more units of Y. The curve is downward sloping to reflect trade-offs in selection between X and Y. Opportunity cost is the expression of trade-offs in quantifiable terms. Moving along the PPC curve tells us the number of units of Y that are foregone, when the production of X increases. When we express the number of units of Y foregone for every unit of increase in X, we get the marginal cost. All points on the left-hand side of the PPC are attainable, but these reflect inefficiencies. At these points, the economy had not fully utilized its resources to produce maximum quantities of X and Y. All points on the PPC curve are efficient. The shape of the production possibility curve. There are 3 ways to draw the PPC. These are 1. Straight line, 2. Convex, or bowed-out curve, and 3. Concaved, or bowed-in curve. The straight line PPC. In the straight line PPC, the opportunity cost of Y, for every unit of X produced, is consistent at any point on the curve. In a bowed-out curve, the opportunity cost of Y increases, with every increase in X. The opportunity cost increases, as resources are not equally suitable for producing different goods. As the economy produces more, and more of X, it has to use resources that are less, and less suitable for producing X to actually produce it. This means that increasingly more units of resources are needed to produce each additional unit of X. Therefore, increasingly more units of other goods have to be foregone, to produce each additional unit of the goods, resulting in an increase in the opportunity cost. The bow-out curve demonstrates the law of increasing opportunity costs. In a bow-in curve, the opposite happens. The opportunity cost of Y decreases with every increase in X. Straight line and bow-in PPCs are not common in reality. The extent of curvature of the PPC reflects the ease of switching between X and Y. The closer the technologies used to produce X and Y, the easier it is to switch from producing X to Y, and the PPC will be flatter. Movements along PPC, and shifts in PPC. A change in the tastes and preferences of society will lead to a movement along the PPC. This reflects a change in choice. The tastes and preferences of society may change, due to several factors such as technological advancements, and campaigning. For example, healthy living campaigns have led to a change in the tastes and preferences of society from non-diet soft drinks to diet soft drinks. An increase in the production capacity in the economy will lead to an outward shift in the PPC, resulting in a decrease in scarcity, and vice versa. When the PPC shifts outwards, some of the points, which were previously unattainable, will become attainable. The production capacity in the economy may increase due to an increase in the quantity, or the quality of the factors of production in the economy. For example, research and development, which will lead to technological advancement, will increase the efficiency of capital, and hence the production capacity in the economy. Efficiencies. Economic efficiency. Due to the problem of scarcity, all economies must make three fundamental economic decisions: what to produce and how much to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. The objective is to maximize the welfare of society. Efficiency is one of the criteria used to determine the achievement of this objective. Allocative efficiency. The economy is allocatively efficient when it is impossible to change the allocation of resources, such that someone will be better off at the expense of another. This happens when the economy is producing the combination of goods and services that maximizes the welfare of society, determined by the tastes and preferences. In other words, the economy is also producing at the point of tangency between the PPC and the social indifference curve. For the economy to be allocatively efficient, it must be productively efficient. Economic systems. Economic systems are ways of making the three fundamental economic decisions. These decisions are, what and how much to produce, how to produce and for whom to produce. There are three types of economic systems: the market system, the command system, and the mixed system. How much to produce. The types and amounts of goods to produce are jointly determined by consumers and firms through the price mechanism. The price mechanism refers to the system in a market economy, whereby changes in price due to shortages and surpluses equate quantity demanded and quantity supplied. Consumers indicate to firms the types and amounts of goods that they want, by the prices that they are able and willing to pay for them. Firms that seek to maximize profit will only produce the types and amounts of goods that consumers are able and willing to pay for. Therefore, prices signal the types and amounts of goods that are in demand, and hence the profitability of producing these goods. This signaling role of prices is the essence of the price mechanism. How to produce. The profit motive of firms implies that they will choose the least cost method to produce any amount of output. This is determined by relative factor prices. If labor is cheaper than capital, firms will use more labor and less capital in production and vice versa. For whom to produce. The market system distributes goods to consumers with the ability, and their willingness to pay for the goods. This is determined by their preferences and income levels. The market system. Here, the three fundamental economic decisions are made by private individuals with no government intervention. The market system is also known as the free market system, the free enterprise system and the laissez-faire system. This system was first advocated by Adam Smith, where he argues that the pursuit of self-interest will lead to the benefit of society. In the market system, firms seek to maximize profit while consumers seek to maximize satisfaction. Owners of factors of production seek to maximize factor income. Competition exists in all economic activities. Firms compete for resources and sales. Consumers compete for goods and services. Owners of factors of production compete for employment of their resources. The command system. The command system is an economic system where the government, rather than private individuals, determines how much to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. The command system is also known as the centrally planned system. This was first advocated by Karl Marx in his famous book, Das Kapital, where he argues that capitalism will fall, which will lead to the rise of socialism, and eventually, to communism. In the command system, all the factors of production in the economy are owned by the government. All economic decisions are made by the government. Private individuals cannot engage in productive activities, choose what to buy and where to work. There is no economic freedom. Private individuals cannot pursue self-interest and competition does not exist. The government will choose the combination of goods that it thinks will maximize the welfare of society. They will direct resources to produce the goods by planning the output level of each industry. They will decide on the method of production, and how the goods are to be distributed. The government can distribute goods directly, which is usually done through the issue of rationing coupons, or it can decide on the distribution of income, in which case, it will decide who should be paid what. The mixed system. In this system, both government and private individuals jointly decide what to produce, how and for whom to produce. There is a mixed economy comprising of the private sector and the public sector. In reality, every economy is a mixed economy. Due to the flaws of both the market system and the command system, all economies in the world are a mixture of both economic systems. In the mixed system, some of the factors of production in the economy are owned by private individuals, and some are owned by the government. Economic decisions are partly made by private individuals, and partly made by the government. Private individuals can engage in productive activities, choose what to buy, and where to work, but they are restricted by the government. There is economic freedom, with some government restrictions. Competition exists, but it does not happen in all forms of economic activities. Advantages of the market system and disadvantages of the command system. In the market system, allocative efficiency may be achieved as private individuals themselves are in the best position to know what they want. There will be incentive for workers to work hard, and for firms to be efficient, as they will be rewarded with high income and profit. There will fast decision-making as each private individual only needs to make economic decisions pertaining to their interest. There will be liberty as private individuals are allowed to choose their ways of life. Advantages of the command system and disadvantages of the market system. In the command system, allocative efficiency may be achieved, as externalities will be taken into consideration by the government. There will be no unemployment as the government will provide jobs to all private individuals. The distribution of income will be equitable, as no private individuals will earn very high or very low income. Public goods will be produced by the government through tax revenues. There will be no private firms with substantial market power which can charge high prices. The advantages of the command system are the disadvantages of the market system.